4th graders. Today I'm going to read to you our second article for today's background exploration called Arctic Facts. The Arctic is the area around the Earth's North Pole. The Arctic includes parts of Russia, Alaska, and Canada, to name a few, as well as the Arctic Ocean. It is an ocean, but it is always covered with ice. Most scientists call the area north of the tree line Arctic. Trees will not grow when the temperatures get too cold. The forests of the continent stop when they get too far north or too high up on a mountain. Higher places are colder too. The place where the trees stop is called the tree line. The area north of the tree line is not an empty ice field. In fact, the only large ice-covered land is central Greenland, which is covered year-round by a continental glacier. The land of the Arctic is around the edges of the Arctic Circle and is usually covered with tundra. A tundra is a cold, almost treeless plain covered with moss and grass-like plants called sedges. This photo over here shows a picture of Greenland's tundra during the summer. You can see all of the moss and grassy-like plants. Tundras do not get very much rain or snow. However, they are very wet in the summertime because 3 feet or below the surface, the ground is always frozen. This permafrost is a layer of ice with the hardness of stone that keeps water from soaking into the earth beneath it. Permafrost can be thousands of feet thick. In the Arctic, during summer, there are nights when the sun never sets. This is because during summer there, the North Pole points towards the sun. So sometimes people call it the land of the midnight sun. Plant life. In some parts of the Arctic, the ground is covered with bright-colored flowers during the short summer. These little plants have very short stems. They must stay close to the ground because the earth is warmer than the biting winds that blow above it. Even some rocks have plants growing on them. Plants that grow on these rocks become summer food for the reindeer. This photo here shows Arctic poppy flowers growing among the rocks. Animal life. The polar bear is the world's largest meat-eating land animal. Polar bears are well adapted to hunt seals out on the ice. They are excellent swimmers, and the coldest water doesn't bother them. They have a very strong sense of smell, which they use to find prey out in the ice. Polar bears must get their food when there is pack ice. They must eat and store fat before the ice is gone. The Arctic fox often trails the bears onto the ice to eat their leftover food. Because the topsoil freezes in the winter, they cannot burrow underground. So they live under the snow during the colder months. They eat plants and roots. Caribou and their relatives, the reindeer, also live in the Arctic. The caribou are now found mostly in North America, and they are larger than the reindeer. Large herds feed on the grass. When fall comes, they move south to winter feeding grounds. They dig through the snow with their sharp hooves for food. Their hollow fur creates a cushion of air around them that helps them to stay warm. Most of the world's reindeer live in Europe and Asia. Some of these reindeer are not wild. They have been tamed by herdsmen who protect them from wolves and lead the migrations each spring and fall.